Peace, loves. So I'm gonna talk about, that all we have to do is be ourselves. You know, surround ourselves with beautiful things. What we deem is beautiful, and be willing to discover ourselves. And if we have discovered who we are, um, just walking and moving from that space of authenticity. And what inspired this video, what inspired this dialogue that I'm going to share with you guys is me being in this space of self-discovery, me embarking on this journey of self-discovery, and by way of going through experiences that I have no clue what the outcome may be. It's like being in complete, total darkness, going to this unknown future instead of what I've known always. And it can be scary, and it can be like getting lost sometimes. But the power in being yourself and knowing that all you have to do is be yourself, show up as a light, not for the world first, for yourself first, and then for the world, but showing up as a light is all you ever have to do. This knowing gives me a sense of security, and that's why I want to share this dialogue with you guys, because I know that there are some of you guys out there who are living your lives and may feel like you're in darkness, or may feel that you're not doing exactly what it is that you want to do, or what you're doing. You may want to do it, but there's just some bits and pieces, some factors that are just like, if only these things could like be malleable, then it would be more satisfactory for you. But I'm here to say that no matter what happens in this world, life is always flowing and moving and changing. You can go outside and like just observe a river and just see like, dang, no matter what I'm going through right now, this river is going to keep moving. It's going to keep flowing. And, I can either choose to flow with it or flow against it. So I say that to say that life is going to keep on moving and going, and people are going to be people. You can't control anything outside of you. The only thing that you can control is yourself. And through being authentic, through being yourself, everything that is aligned with that authenticity comes to you. Versus if you're molding yourself and shaping yourself to that which is external of you, you're only attracting superficial things from that energy, because that's not who you are. And so, and if you have done that, and if you've gotten good results from doing that, then definitely stick to it. But for the people who that has not worked for, really aligning yourself with your highest expression, with your own authenticity, with your desires, and then having the will to carry those things out, having the energy to back that up. Again, it puts you into alignment with everything that is for you. I'm gonna see if there's anything else that I want to share. So I just take notes down, anything that comes to me, and inspiration. And like how this relates to me, I feel that I found myself again. There's this thing that happens that I experience in my life where I start new projects and I get so caught up in what is happening on the external, my external reality. And then I get to this space where after enough time being outside, then I have this inclination to want to go in. And in this inclination to want to go in, I honor that. And as I reflect on me being outside, and process that, I start to get this like newfound inspiration. So I feel that I found myself again. I feel that I am so clear on what it is that I desire, and I experience some of what I don't want, which has only led me to think endlessly of what I do want. And because I've given myself that opportunity to dream, that opportunity, first the opportunity to experience life as raw as possible, and to not try to put my, like, not try to see life through some rose colored glasses and see things that are not there, but like actually just taking life in, appreciating life, and we gotta calm the energy down, but appreciating life. And in that, in me just experiencing raw reality, of course intentionally, I still have experienced things that I don't want, things that may feel harmful to me. And in these beautiful, transformative experiences, it leads me to thinking about what I want. You know, a lot of times we get caught up on what we don't want, what we don't want to experience. I feel this way. You're making me feel a way. And we don't think for a second. We don't shift that focus to, as much as I'm worrying, as much as I'm thinking about what I don't want, I could be putting that energy to thinking about what I do. So once that light comes on, it came on for me, you know, as I've gone through these experiences, it came on for me. Then I shift my focus and I start thinking about what it is that I do want, what I do want for my life, how I want to live, what type of relationships I want to have, whatever. And, you know, they say when a problem arises, so does a solution at the same time. So just as we're open vessels, we can be an open vessels for problems, or we can be an open vessel for solutions. So shift my focus, focusing on what I want. Some type of clarity dawned on me. Now I feel like I found myself. Yeah, I feel like I'm sure. I feel that everything is happening for a divine reason, and everything is aligning me with everything that is for me. And it's so beautiful to have this knowing, because now I can practice non-attachment. Now I can remember that whatever is happening outside of me is not the actual experience that I'm having. I'm actually having an internal experience. And so because I know that I'm only experiencing myself, I'm only feeling myself, I'm only thinking, you know, like there's like one mind. So, and it's mind. So with this knowing, it helps to empower me it just helps to empower me to like really set goals and to put things in place to help myself to achieve whatever type of thing that I want to achieve, to fulfill my desires. And yeah, I just want to share that with you guys, because like I said, I know that some of you guys might be in the dark, and I've been looking at life through mathematics, and I'm like, well, the thing that I love about math is that it doesn't incorporate emotions. It doesn't incorporate all these thoughts and feelings and other people. It's just math. It's simple. So when I look at my life as a mathematical equation, I know that energy and motion stays in motion. Maybe this is science. I think that's science. But anyways, energy and motion stays in motion. And so I know that if I know that my words and my thoughts create things, and that is an energy. And so it's, how am I putting my energy in motion? What am I putting my focus on? And if I find that I'm experiencing something in my reality that I don't want, then I need to shift my focus. And it's not about changing the things on the outside. It's an internal experience, you know, because the thing is that we get into these spaces where we experience what we don't want, and we feel like we got to cut a job off. We feel like we got to cut a person off. We feel like we got to cut an environment off. We feel like we got to cut all these things off. And I too think that that is a part of it. But I think first we have to change. And as we change, everything around us change. It's not about running away. It's about moving forward to what is more aligned with your own authenticity. So, yeah, I feel like I found myself. I feel in my bag, in my purpose. And yeah, so what this looks like for me. So to like give you guys some context and also to just open up. What this looks like to me is um moving away from being so dogmatic about things. I noticed in my reality that I was manifesting a lot of dogmatic people. Even the place that I'm in is like, there's so many conspiracy theorists. There's so many people who hold very strong beliefs. And I recently have come across one person in particular, this 80-year-old man who's like, he has like maybe over 4 or 5 master's degrees, has traveled the world, has gone through so many different schools of thought in regard to practices, spiritual practices, and things of that nature. And he just got to a point where he's like, I don't really believe anything. And someone had asked him, like, you know, do you believe in God? And he's like, well, does God believe in me? And when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, like I love this. And I'm a believer of the Almighty. And I know that, you know, when I was created, like I was thought of before I was thought of before I was created, you know. And so, but just listening to this man and just how non-attached he was, I just felt that he was onto something. I felt that what he was saying was, it just made sense to me. You know, when someone's speaking, especially elders these days, it's like you hear something and you're just like, I'm getting some type of wisdom from this, but typically it's in the sense of like, that's not what I want to do. That's not who I want to be. I'm not really, I'm inspired by your experience as it is a reflection of what I don't want. This particular experience that I had was someone who was speaking to my higher self. Something, it just really inspired me to be more, to not really hold on so tightly to the reins of life, not hold on so tightly to the reins of love or to external validation or to people or places or things, but to really see everything as a reflection of my own being, as a reflection of my own light. So it goes back to that phrase, you know, everything that we need, everything that we seek is inside of us. And if we hold true to that, we honor a very true part of ourselves. And then we start to move from a place of that authenticity. So we don't have to worry about bad habits. We don't have to worry about bad decisions. Because when we look back at it in hindsight, we know and understand that I'm moving from a space of authenticity. So when you're not moving from a space of authenticity and you're operating, you know, solely from your mind, not really living in your heart, and operating from your mind, it's like you're making decisions based off of ideas and beliefs that might not even be aligned with who you truly are. And you wonder why. Again, it's mathematics. You wonder why you're getting a certain result. It's so simple, you know, it's so simple. If you do anything that is not aligned with your authenticity, it is going to crumble. You can't build a castle on sand. You can't build anything off of being inauthentic. So you have to go down the journey, the rabbit hole of self-discovery, figure out who you truly are, realize after so much time of putting on different suits and different hats, sooner or later you'll realize that I don't gotta pretend anymore. I don't want to pretend anymore. This is who I am. Once you get to that place, then it's gravy. It's cake. It's like, well, I don't need to go out and get that because I don't need that type of validation. I don't need that to feel secure. Yes, the masses, the majority might be thinking it's cool, but I know who I am. You know, I know who I am. I don't need those things. So I'm going to focus on what I need, you know. I'm going to focus on what I need. I'm going to focus on what I desire. And in that, I'm not going to sit and talk about what they doing and why they should focus on this, you know, because it has nothing to do with them. Because I don't know why the creator put them in that place. That's between them and the creator. But between me and the creator, this is what my focus is. And this is what I'm manifesting in my life. So Yeah, guys, focus is everything. Focus is everything. And there's so many things that come into our lives that we deem as distractions. But really, I feel that these things come into our lives to refine our focus, to sharpen us, to put pressure on us so that we can be diamonds, so that we can turn into gold, so that we can rise to our highest potential. It's not to break us down. And then looking at things coming from the outside as if they can break you is not really in alignment with your highest truth, because the highest truth is that you're unbreakable. The highest truth is that you were created on purpose. You were created in love and pleasure, for love and to experience pleasure. So anything that's coming to shift your mind from that is only there to sharpen that focus for you to develop a deeper confidence in yourself, guys. When I tell y'all, I opened up my Bible, and I've been having this Bible since 2012. So, since I was a little girl, but I had opened up my Bible, and the first thing that I see is Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. There is nothing I lack. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He renews my life. He leads me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Only goodness and faithful love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. And so then I went over to Psalm 27, started at verse 4. I have asked one thing from the Lord. It is what I desire, to dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, gazing on the beauty of the Lord and seeking him in his temple. For he will conceal me in his shelter in the day of adversity. He will hide me under the cover of his tent. He will set me high on a rock. Then my head will be high above my enemies around me. So, yeah, I shade to that. I read that because no matter what is happening outside of you, when you shift your focus on yourself, when you shift your focus on the Creator, it gives you security. It gives you a confidence that no matter what is happening in the world, you get to be who you are. You get to stand 10 toes down and your morals and your values. It has nothing to do with what the world is doing. Who cares? The mass majority, you got to look at the programming and how people are just so easily programmed. It's marketing, it's marketing. So we realize that once we have this understanding, we can see that, I'm not doing something wrong here. I'm not wrong for having morals and values. I'm not wrong for caring. I'm not wrong for wanting something. I just got to shift my focus on what it is that I want, not focus on what is not going well for me, not focus on what someone is trying to do to me, not focus on these external factors. I'm going to focus on how blessed I am. I'm going to focus on how favored I am. I'm going to focus on how, the Lord is with me always. And because of that, I have confidence that whatever I don't want, this too shall pass. It shall pass. And I'm going to let it pass. I'm going to let it flow just like some water. I'm going to let it go out the door that it came in. And I'm going to be grounded in the love that I was created in. Because God wants me to be happy. Life wants me to be happy. Life wants me to be walking in my purpose and sharing that energy with everybody. So we have to have this mindset. We have to have this mindset. We have to really walk in our authenticity. We have to walk in self-love and self-respect, because this world will show you time and time again, if you don't love and respect yourself, you're going to manifest a reality that is reflecting that and projecting that onto you until you get it into your head that it has nothing to do with the outside. It has everything to do with the lack of love. And the only thing that we can do to help heal that is to fall in love with ourselves, to take it easy on ourselves, to like really dive deep into our spiritual practices, our words, our affirmations, our meditations, taking care of ourselves. You know, this body is a temple and it records everything. All of our experience is recording. And so we take care of that, we honor that, and then we start to see these things, everything that we've cultivated from this space spill over into our realities. We start to show up as what we want to attract, and we start to see that reflect in our reality. That's the truth of life. That's the truth of love. True love. It's not just a feeling, it's an action, it's an energy, it's alignment. It's a knowing that's always present. You just got to align yourself to it. Shift your focus to it. It becomes a game. Anytime you feel yourself dwelling in an energy, you thinking about something somebody did to you, something somebody said to you, you think about an experience, you didn't get that job you wanted, you know, things weren't working out for you. You know, your relationships crumbling. Once you get those, all of that mental energy in your mind, shift your focus on how loved you are, how needed you are, how valuable you are, how everything is working out for you. Give it up to something higher. If you obviously feel like what you're doing is not working in your reality, give it up. Give that life up. Give it up to something that is going to transform it and give you something, package it into something that you actually like and appreciate. We don't got to settle for nothing. You know, I was reading A Course in Miracles today, and everything was just right on time, y'all. We really got to get into these texts, into a God mindset. You know, listening to people who reflect that energy, reading books that reflect that energy, that oneness. And what I got from A Course in Miracles today, let me see if I can find it. I hope I can. Maybe not. I think I took it out. Dang it. But basically, in A Course in Miracles, it was just talking about how God, like the Most High, wants you to be happy. And why would you accept anything less than that? If you know that the Most High's will for your life is for your favor, for your success, for your good health and your wellness, why would you accept anything less than that? And if anything less than that comes to you, it's the devil. It's an opposing energy. So this is how we start to practice our discernment. You know, we don't have to accept less. You know, especially when we know the promises of the Most High. If you don't believe in God, Most High, you know, this life force, energy, the force, as they would say in Star Wars, if you don't believe in that, that's okay. But just know that, just be confident about who you are and trust who you are. And when you're confident and when you're in that trust, everything else just flows. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna end the video. Got a little lengthy. I went off, but hey, it is what it is. So guys, thank you so much for joining me here in this moment. Peace.